A lot of people think they are buying a house, but what they're really buying is a small piece of suburb's future. If the suburb doesn't grow, the value of your property usually wouldn't grow either. It's that simple. I've been asked by so many people, Prob, we bought a great looking home, did everything right inside it. And 2 or 3 years later, the price hasn't moved. Most of the time, it's because the suburb wasn't right. If you haven't watched my previous video where I explained why the suburb is the most important part of your purchase, I would highly suggest you to watch that first so this makes more sense. There are more than 150 factors that I look at when I do suburb or property selection for my own portfolio or when I'm buying for my clients. Today, I want to share 5 of these key factors that I always check before I even look at the house. This works whether you are buying a home to live in or an investment property. Hi, I'm Prab. I make these videos to help simplify property decisions so you can move forward with clarity, not pressure, and build the life you love. Let's get into the first factor. So the first thing I look at is supply. Just like any other business, the rule of supply and demand is what decides the price. If there are too many homes for sale and not enough buyers, prices will stay low. I pay close attention to how many new houses the council is allowing to be built in that suburb. So that normally you might have heard people are saying building approvals. If there are huge new estates or a lot of apartments coming soon, growth will be slow. I prefer areas where the supply is tight both for the short term and long term. Now moving on to our second factor, which is demand. A simple way to check that is by looking at days on market. You can go to real estate app or domain app and see the days on market of that suburb, and that gives you an indication of that. And if I say days on market, this just means that how long it takes for a house to sell in that suburb. If homes used to sit for a long time but are now selling very fast, it tells you that more people want to live here right now. You always want to buy a place where people are actively choosing to move or buy an investment property. Also keep an eye on whether the price is moving up every month in that suburb. Moving on to our third factor, which is the jobs and economy in that area. I stay away from suburbs which rely on one big industry, and a good example is a mining town. If the whole suburb relies on the mining industry and that mine shuts down, what do you think what will happen? The whole local economy will suffer. People lose their jobs, they stop spending money, and the infrastructure project usually stop too. So we don't want to buy in those suburbs. So I always look for suburbs with a mix of different jobs like health, retail, and education industries. This makes the area much more stable for the long term. And now our fourth factor is the infrastructure. When I say infrastructure, it means that like any new project is coming in that suburb, which includes train station, better roads, new hospitals, schools being built by the government. It's not specific to one thing. We just want to see whether the government spend money on that suburb. It's because they expect more people to move there. I don't want you to listen to those rumors. I want you to just look at where the big projects are actually being built and the government is spending money. Now coming to our final factor, which is affordability. But I'm not just talking about the price tag. I look at how many years it takes for people on that suburb to actually pay off their mortgage. For example, if a house costs $500,000, but based on the local wages, it would take the locals to pay off that mortgage 45 years or above. It means that the affordability is very low for that suburbs. And also, the local people are stretched to their limit and the prices can't go up much further. Even if, if there are consistent or continuous interest rate increase, they might not able to afford those houses as well. So we always pay attention to the affordability. So in today's video, we talk about these 5 key factors that I look at during, suburb selection. But there are many other factors that I check when I do, suburb selection for myself and for my clients. These 5 factors that I mentioned today, they are the foundation. I want you to save this video so the next time you are looking at a suburb, whether it is for your home to live in or for your investment property, you can come back and check against these factors. And make sure to subscribe to this channel. If you found this video helpful, or if you have a friend or family member looking to buy a house, share this with them. In my coming videos, I'll be sharing more factors that are just as important for both suburb selection and street level property selection. If you want to know more about how to find the next right property for you, watch the full series on my channel now so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.